So, finding yourself in a comfortable seat to begin, and we're going to start with a kind of breathing practice that's intended to bring coolness. So if you want to take a seat in a chair to do this, you can. If you want to use the support of a wall, if you want to sit right back against the wall, then you can. Okay, so we're starting with Shitali Pranayama, which is this type of breathing to help cool us. So we've done this before. There's a couple of options. You can either roll your tongue, or you can make slightly pursed lips, like when we do the straw breath. So option one, to roll your tongue, and then option two, just to take those slightly pursed lips. Okay, so first of all, just start to become aware of your breath. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Feel yourself rooted and connected in your sitting bones, softening into your abdomen and the sides of your body. And just taking a few breaths, following that natural flow. Okay, and then whatever your chosen option, pursed lips or rolled tongue, and we're going to breathe in through the mouth, out through the nose. I'm just going to do that 4 more times. Really being aware of how that feels when you breathe in, feeling the cool air entering your mouth. Ensuring that you're still breathing all the way down to your abdomen and the sides of your body. And then once you have completed that for the 5th time, come back to just breathing in and out through your nose. And then bring yourself to lie onto the ground. Option for you to take a seat in the chair if you prefer. And being connected to the coolness of the ground. So if you've got a hard floor, it might actually be nice for you to rest your hands onto the floor, feel the coolness. And whatever option that you choose, whether that's in a chair or lying down, settling into your neutral spine. Feeling the length along the back of your neck. Noticing how it feels to rest in this position. And we're starting in this grounding position for a couple of reasons. So it's cooling. When we ground ourselves, it helps us to become more present, feeling a bigger part of our body physically connected to the ground. And also, if we're lying down, we've got that shift in physical perspective. We're not looking ahead like we usually do, we're looking up. We can connect more to a kind of vastness. Even with the roofs and the ceilings, we know that the sky and the kind of endless expanse of it is beyond that. So it just helps to invite more space, especially if we feel quite hectic inside, if we feel quite busy. Taking a pause for us to be aware of things outside of our busy minds. So as we return back to that theme of wonder, connecting to the wonder of nature above us, the sky, the warmth of the sun that we're being blessed with, the wonder of your physical body, being aware of your body breathing, the wonder of your breath, and the wonder of your mind. So even if we may feel like there's a kind of negative feeling with our minds, maybe we think it's too busy or it's stressed or, something else, the connection of all of those things, and especially your mind, gives you that awareness of being able to experience being here. So they're all linked And we're bringing that sense of wonder into all of those things, simple things that are with you all the time. Okay, we're going to start bringing our knees in towards our chest if we're lying down, and however you usually take that in the chair, maybe it's lifting one knee up towards you, maybe it's taking that forward fold position instead. So just choose whatever feels right for you. Just want to bring in that bit of rounding into your spine. Okay, and then releasing your feet to the ground, coming back into that neutral position. If you're in the chair, we're going to come up to standing. If you're on the ground, just going to prepare your feet to come into bridge. So feet on the ground, roughly hip width apart, ankles roughly underneath the knees. Nice long neck, arms resting on the ground just a little away from you. As you next take an inhalation, push your feet into the ground, feel your pelvis come lighter and lift. Exhaling as you slowly lower back onto the ground. Inhale as exhale as you lower. So as always, feel free to change the position of your feet. We want that nice element of stability and space as we move in and out of this. And if we're in the chair, standing, stepping one foot forwards, lifting the heel of the back foot. You can externally rotate your arms. You can lift them, however feels nice for you, and then bring the weight back into that back foot. So breathing in as you extend, feeling that length. Breathing out as you land. Okay, if you're standing, we're just going to switch that over. So we've done it an even amount on both sides, and we're able to bring in that expanse, the space across the hip flexors, just in the same way as if you're taking this on the ground. Okay, so once you feel nice and even, if you are standing, you're going to come back to your chair. If you're on the ground, you might want to have a little hug of your knees to counter that movement. Okay, so now we're just bringing our right foot up. We're going to bring that outer edge of your right foot to land onto your left leg. If it feels a bit tight in your right leg, then you can take that left foot forwards. If you step that left foot forwards, it might just feel a bit more easeful to be in this position. And then we're just going to gently start to rock. So we're going to slowly lower that foot over towards the ground. So feel your pelvis lifting, feel the rotation in your body. And then we're going to lift back up. Slowly rock your knee now over to the other side. So we're bringing this rocking movement from your pelvis. This rotation is starting to happen through your torso. If you're in your chair, more of a focus, we're still getting that same rotation, but it's more of a focus of feeling the awareness of your foot where it's connected to the ground. We're still getting that rotation into your hip, but as we're at that slightly different angle, it's ever so slightly different, but you're still getting that rotation through your torso. It's up to you where you want to rest your hands. You can keep them onto your leg if you like. And again, you can step that foot forwards if that feels better. Okay. When you bring that foot so that it's fully connected with the sole to the ground, you're going to release that other leg, bring it back onto the ground. Have a little pause. And then switch that over. So now bring in your other ankle, outer edge of the ankle to rest onto your leg. Changing the position of your standing foot to make sure it feels comfortable. And then we're going to start with that gentle rock. So really slowly, first of all, just sensing into how this feels. How does it feel in your body? How does it feel compared to the other side? Okay, the next time that you bring that sole of the foot so that it fully connects to the ground, we're going to release that other leg. Okay, so now bringing yourself to seated. As you bring yourself to whatever seated position you like, maybe you are with crossed legs on the ground, maybe your legs are out straight. Really doesn't matter how, as long as you can just start now to sense into that support position of support and ease. Rooting down into the weight of your sitting bones, reaching up into the crown of your head, and then softening your shoulders, softening the muscles in your face. The option for you to close your eyes, take a little pause. A pause to come back to bringing that sense of wonder into your practice and out of your practice, taking it with you. All those things, the wonder of your breath, your physical body, the wonder of nature, and the wonder of your mind. Okay, so now just bringing some space into our side body. Starting to lift your right arm up and then lowering, connecting to your breath now, breathing in as you lift and breathing out as you lower. If your hands are on the ground, option for you to slide that other hand along the ground and then slide it back. Take your time to match the movement to your breath. Sending your in-breath to the right side of the arm that's lifting. And then we're going to take a little pause, have a little shrug of your shoulders, and then repeat the same on the other side. Breathing in as you lift and breathing out as you return. Really taking your time, ensuring that you're not rushing the movement. We want it to be following your breath. So carefully allowing that movement to follow the cycle of your breath. Okay, making that the last one on this side. Notice how both arms feel. Maybe there's an evenness, maybe there's an imbalance. Have a little shrug. Okay, so now coming into the kneeling option, we can do this standing as well. So if you are going to be on your knees, I would suggest to put a blanket or something underneath. We're going to be in a high knee position. So if you know this isn't going to work for you, I'm going to show you standing as well. So just the option, if you did want to do the kneeling, I'm going to show you first. So in this high knee position, as you take your arms up, feel length in your spine, lengthen the sides of your body, reaching up, lengthening from the base of your spine. And then the option for you to look up, bring a little extension. And I'm going to float your arms down. And as we do, hinge forward at your hips. Keep your spine long, just come to wherever feels good for you. So maybe your bum goes back, maybe you stay a little higher. And then we're going to lift back up. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you lift. And if we're choosing not to take the kneeling option, we can do it from standing. Breathing in as you lift. Breathing out as you lower. So we want to keep the spine long. If you usually do a forward fold and you kind of round, we want to keep a position of support in the spine. So long spine as you hinge from the hips. Bend your knees if you like. Reach your arms back. Breathe in as you lift, lightness. Breathe out into that position of support. So just choose whichever one feels good for you this morning, what feels right for you. Really listening to your body. And we're going to repeat this, following your breath. If you start to feel a little warm, then we're just going to take one full breath in each movement. So breathe in and out as you lift. Breathe in and out as you lower. So we're just slowing it down. Okay, we'll just take 2 more of those. So at your own pace, when you've completed that, coming back into Tadasana or into that high knee position. Okay, slight different position into our legs now. So we're going to bring 1 foot forwards. If you find, again, that doesn't feel good in your knee, we're going to come up into standing. So coming into a kind of warrior 1 position. Hands into your hips, take a bend into that front knee. Okay, we're going to lift our arms up. If you're in the kneeling position, with the same, lifting your arms up. And then as you lower your arms down, we want to come back to that long spine, hinge from the hips. If you've got 1 foot forwards, we're going to take it even more forwards. And then slowly hinging forwards, keeping the spine long. Okay, breathe in as you lift, bend into that front knee, looking up. Breathing out as you float your hands down, extend the front leg, hinging forward with that long spine. Exactly the same if you're standing, breathing into that bent knee. Breathing out as you extend the front leg, arms alongside you, hinge forward at your hips. Keep the spine long, we don't want to round, we want to feel supported. Breathe in as you lift. Breathe out as you lower. And we're just going to take 1 more on this side. You don't want to be building up too much heat. So the next time that you bring your arms up, you're going to float your arms down, extend into that front leg. Okay, so staying on this same side. We've got a little bend in that front knee if you're standing. Bringing your arms out ahead. Palms are facing each other. So if you've got your right foot forwards, you're going to open out your left arm. If you've got your left foot forwards, you're opening out your right arm. So you're going to open that arm out. Allow yourself to follow with your head and your gaze. Bring it back. Just breathe freely at this point. We're not connecting the breath in any way. Just being aware of the sense of balance, the steadiness, the openness. Okay, 1 more on this side. And then when you bring your palms back to face each other, you're going to float your arms down and extend your front knee. Stepping your feet together before we switch that over. So if you're on the ground, we're going to bring that other foot forwards. And if you're standing, opposite foot as you arrive into that warrior 1 position. And then we're all going to lift our arms up on the in-breath. And then as you breathe out, if you're standing, we're extending that front knee. If you're on the ground, you're going to step that foot forwards a little and then extend. We're hinging forwards from the hips, long spine. Breathing in as we lift and take a bend in that front knee. Breathing out as we lower. So we've got that bent knee position as we lift, feel the extension. And then that extended leg in your long spine as we lower. Okay, just a couple more of those at your own pace. The next time that you bring your arms up, just going to float your arms down, extend that front leg, just have a little pause. Okay, then take a bend in your knee, bring your arms out ahead, palms facing each other. Whichever leg is forwards, we're going to open out that opposite arm. Allow your head and gaze to follow. Just take it super slow, breathe freely, soften into your abdomen, soften your shoulders. And just notice how this feels. Can you feel a little wobbling? Can you feel, maybe you feel really rooted and stable? An awareness of the rotation moving through your body. We're going to take one last one on this side. And you bring your arms back together. Float your arms down as you step your feet together. And with your hands resting onto your thighs, coming into forward fold. We're going to pause wherever that is for you. If you want to stay high, stay high. If you want to move to the ground and round and let everything be heavy. And then slowly starting to lift up. Really slowly, let your head adjust. Okay, so now bringing yourself towards the ground, or back into your chair. We're going to come into our window wipe motion of our legs. So taking your feet roughly mat width apart. And a wider leg stance if you're in the chair. We're going to start to float those knees over towards the left. And then lifting your knees back up towards the ceiling as you float them over to the right. Just notice how that feels. Where is your awareness in this movement? Is it in the physicality of your body? Is it in how your breath feels as you move continuously from one side to the other, bringing your body into a gentle twist? Maybe if you're resting on the ground, you're starting to reconnect back to the coolness of the ground. And if you're in the chair, feel that cool connection from the soles of your feet. Maybe the chair that you're sat on is quite cool. And then the next time you bring your knees towards the ceiling, a little hug of your knees. If you're in the chair, you can hug one knee in towards you at a time or come into your forward fold position. Releasing your feet to the ground. And then bringing yourself into your chosen position of rest. Maybe it's staying in constructed rest with the bend in your knees. Maybe you want to have your legs out straight. Maybe you want to take a seat on the chair. So whatever you choose, make sure that you just give yourself a few seconds and kind of really check in and make sure that that's the position you want to be in. Welcoming any adjustments, any fidgeting. And then closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Turning your awareness inwards. Feeling the rise and expanse as you breathe in. And the lowering and softening as you breathe out. As we start with the awareness of the simplicity of our breath, that exchange of air that happens as part of the experience of being in your physical body, connecting you to the space around you, expanding out even further to the space that's surrounding everything, nature, the sky, And then the awareness and the curiosity and wonder of your mind, where it wanders, how it feels, what it's telling you. So without any kind of judgment or kind of negative or positive association, we're simply noticing, being curious, noticing where it goes. Does that awareness stay rooted in your body, rooted in your breath? Maybe you can hear the sounds of birds outside that are bringing you back into being present. Whatever it is, just invite that sense of wonder into the simplicity of these things that maybe we tend to overlook it every day. Taking some slightly deeper inhalations and slightly longer exhalations as you come back into the awareness of the whole of your body. And maybe that naturally brings some movement. And then if you're lying down, just making your way over to one side, taking a little pause. And then gradually bringing yourself to an upright position. Lowering your chin towards your chest. As we take this final moment, giving thanks to the teachers who've practiced before us, allowing us to benefit from the practice this morning, and thank you to yourself for giving yourself this time. So blinking your eyes open if they're closed. Thank you very much.